What up, though, y'all? It's Chris. Appreciate you connecting with me while I'm out here on the run. Got things to do, people to see, tasks to check off the list. Shout out to you guys, my subs, and Happy New Year to you. I hope your new year is going great. Mine's off to a pretty solid start. So I hope that goodwill, that good feeling is extending to you. Now let's get into things. Shameik Moore, man, and I say this, I'm really sad about this one because I like the Spider-Verse movies. I think he does a great job as voicing Miles, but man, I did not know that dude was so, I don't want to say corny because that sounds kind of mean, but he is a bit on the corny side, at least when it comes to dealing with the ladies. I had no idea that dude was so, if you're of my generation, it's no swag. He's got no swag, swagless. If you're of the younger generation, then it's no riz or no aura, if you will. But that's where we're at. And this is all news to me. It just popped up on my timeline. I just became made aware of this stuff because he did something goofy recently. But apparently this all goes back to him shooting his shot repeatedly at Haley with Steinfeld, the woman who plays Gwen in the Spider-Verse movies. Okay, she plays your character's love interest, but that don't mean that sparks is gonna fly in real life. But I seen all types of clips of him in real life shooting his shot at her, you know, saying things like it's easier to flirt with Gwen looking at her and he wants to be closer to her. I mean, this stuff was just really cringe-worthy, and you could tell it wasn't earning him any sort of brownie points whatsoever. When they would zoom in on her expression when he would say these things, you could tell she was very uncomfortable, and you know, she really ain't trying to mess with him like that. She wasn't trying to mess with him like that in any way, shape, or form. And now I see why. She's been dating Josh Allen. For those of you who don't know, he is the starting quarterback of the Buffalo Bills. Dude is 6'5", like what, 240, 250, and he's been playing his butt off this season. I mean, some people is talking about he is the MVP. I mean, when the Bills played the Lions last week, because you guys know I was looking forward to that game, it was a great game, but Josh Allen managed to outduel Jared Goff. Dude really showed out. He understood the assignment. I loved everything about that game. I like that they showed up with all white when the Lions was wearing all black. I mean, they really understood the assignment. You could tell they had been watching film. They were fully prepared, and they came and they executed their plan. I couldn't even be mad at that loss. But that's who you up against. And while he doing all this flirting and stuff with her, you know he gotta know she's seeing somebody. You know he gotta know that. And even if you don't know exactly who Josh Allen is, you know that he's a pro athlete. So, I mean, come on, man. What are we doing here? You really was shooting your shot at a chick that was dating QB1 of the Bills? I mean, what was this guy thinking? You really thought that she was going to leave that guy alone and come mess with you instead? And this is the thing about him. He seems to really struggle to read the room. He seems to really struggle to pick up social cues. He seems to be one of those types that women complain about a lot, that they just don't get it. They try to let you down gently, that they're not interested, but you just can't be bothered to get a clue to where somebody gotta hurt your feelings. And her and Josh Allen announced recently that they're engaged. They're going to be getting married. And in a situation where he should have just kept his mouth shut, he makes some posts talking about, you know, meeting other people and other opportunities and keep trying. I'm just like, man, like, stop. Like, why do you keep going? Just stop. You keep going when you should stop. And speaking of hurting his feelings, The next woman that he's tried this with, she didn't mind so much because she was altogether annoyed with him. Just, I don't know. It just seemed like everything about him annoys her. You move on to Laura Harrier. She played in the live-action Spider-Man movies, and I think that's what's funny about this for a lot of people. Imagine being so just auraless, corny, swagless, however way you want to put it, to where even playing one of the coolest Spider-Mans. I mean, you know, Peter Parker will probably always be my favorite, but I really like Miles a lot. Playing one of the coldest Spider-Mans, even that can't help you. He posted some video saying coming soon. It had him and Laura Harrier in it. And he's not a stupid guy. He's a bit on the corny side. He's a bit goofy, but he's not a stupid guy. He knew what he was doing when he posted that. He knew that people would run with it. And she saw this, and she's engaged as well. She sends him a text message apparently asking him to take that down. That was a year ago, according to her. It was a photo shoot. They were at some party. They were taking photos, and somebody happened to be recording it. So that video was from, she was posing, taking pictures with him, and he puts coming soon. Now, after the other woman announces she's getting engaged, so he has no shot at that. There's no way he didn't know that posting this video talking about coming soon with her in it, that was it. There was no context, just coming soon. He had to have known that people was gonna run with that and think that there was possibly something going on with them. And so she put him on blast about it, saying she's engaged. She didn't appreciate him insinuating anything was happening between them. She doesn't like the fact that he's disrespecting her marriage. She doesn't like the fact that he's disrespecting her. And it basically says he's fucking weird. You're a fucking weirdo. I'm sorry, you're a fucking weirdo. This is just kind of paraphrasing, but she said something of the like of that. And of course, instead of owning that what he did was some weird and goofy shit, he wants to try to jump online and perp like. And this is just making dude more and more unlikable. I don't know if he's aware of this. This is making him more and more unlikable. The fact that he's acting like such a creeper that can't get a clue, and now is playing the, oh, I didn't know. It's you guys' fault. You guys were reading too much into it. So he's trying to say that it's the commentary that's weird. Basically, he's not the weird one. It's the people that make up fan fiction and commentary about them. It was just a misunderstanding. It's about art. Nigga, stop. Just stop. I mean, come on. Like, is that really the best your brain was capable of coming up with? Like, really? That, oh, you're all just reading in too much into it. Nothing was intended at all. Really, man? Is that truly all you're capable of? That's the best you could come up with? We would have had more respect for dude had he had just been like, all right, yeah, I can see why, you know, she responded the way that she did. I mean, think about this. Dude left her on red. She reached out to him, and with the way she makes it seem like hours went past, and he did not only left it up, he just never responded to her at all. So dude basically left her on red and kept it up anyway, only removing it when she publicly put him on blast, calling him a weirdo. And then after that, making some video absolving himself of any wrongdoing, taking no responsibility, no accountability, basically saying what I did was harmless. It's you guys that are all the weird ones. Man, if you don't cut it out, this is the sort of stuff that need to be left back in 2024. Now, granted, this all happened right at the end of the year, so this is a couple of days later after it happened. But this is sort of stuff that if you Shameik, bro, you gotta leave this sort of stuff in 2024, man. This goofy acting stuff. I mean, bro, do something. The stuff that I be telling y'all to do to make your year better and make your life better, it also applies to guys like Shameik Moore. Just because he has a bit of success in terms of, his acting career, doesn't mean that he can't benefit from these things too. Get in the gym, get your body together, like get your clothing together. From what I've seen, the dude's not really that great of a dresser. He could stand from just taking some sort of tips from people that he know who just dress better, or maybe hire a stylist. That seems to be a thing that people do if they can afford to. But the outfits that he be wearing, I mean, they just really not gonna work. He also need to just do something else. The goatee thing that he doing, I don't know if he's doing it to make himself look older, because he does have a bit of a baby face. He does kind of look like a teenager still to a certain extent. The goatee's not working though. It's not doing anything to enhance him in any way. And the braided look that he's doing, I honestly think that he should get rid of that. If he should go with some sort of low fade, low taper, just something different. Not everybody can pull off every hairstyle. The braids is not something that he can pull off, especially when he's kind of got a bit of a big forehead. The cornrows and stuff, it just kind of makes his forehead look even more prominent. So, I mean, these are things. And then, you got to start aiming at chicks that are in your lane. The girl, Haley, I don't know if she date brothers, but if she did date brothers, he would probably not be her type. To just keep it a buck, he would not be her type. The other woman, she's engaged. I seen what her guy looks like. If we're just going off of him, he would in no way, shape, or form be her type either. So these are two women that he was kind of pining for, or trying to shoot his shot at, and they are attractive women, but these are women that they wouldn't deal with him, and that's in large part due to the fact that he comes off just a bit too corny for a lot of women. He just doesn't have a really strong presence. He doesn't really give off masculinity. He does a lot of the really nerdy stuff, and that's fine. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but you got to find women that appreciate that. And these are women that they're not really into the whole geek dude. One is with a pro athlete, the other, I don't know what her guy does, but he doesn't really seem like a dude you would see at any of these comic conventions or anything like that. So you got to find women who will appreciate you for you, or else you're going to keep running into these same sorts of situations where you create awkward scenarios for yourself, making yourself look goofy in a heartbeat. And a lot of people are upset at him because they want the third Spider-Verse movie to come out, and they feel like it's already been delayed, and him getting caught up in this goofy stuff, he may end up being Me Too'd, causing even more delays, or worse, him to be recast. Hopefully it doesn't get to that, but I know this video will never reach him, but if I could have an opportunity to talk to him, I tell him, bro, listen, you really got to get better at reading people. You really got to get better at reading women, especially. You can't just shoot your shot blindly. And you have to be better when it comes to accepting she's not interested. The way he was going after Haley was, it was like, just, like, why do you keep saying this stuff? You see that she doesn't ever respond favorably. And this is like interview after interview after interview after interview. You see she doesn't respond to you in any sort of favorable manner. Why do you keep doing this, bro? Miles Morales, that's who he plays. He plays one of the coldest Spider-Men, and that ain't helping him a lick, man. The dude is just, he has far less swag and charm and charisma than any of the on-screen Spider-Man had. He behind the scenes, the guys who actually had to get in front of the camera, he got way less charm and charisma than them. And it's funny because if you think about it, they actually bag they Mary Janes. They don't, You know, they don't have trouble getting chicks. You've never seen Andrew Garfield be put on blast publicly. You've never seen Tobey Maguire be put on blast like that. You've never seen that with even Tom Holland. Like he ended up with Zendaya. So those dudes, they actually, whatever Spider-Man fantasy he got going on where he's supposed to get the chick because he's Spider-Man, they actually do it. And he's still trying to figure out how to get that done. And somebody help him, please. Somebody in his circle, I hope, will counsel him. But I don't know. He might be, since he's so blind to picking up social cues and body language and just a total lack of interest in him, even if somebody around him was to tell him, like, bro, you might want to slack off, whatever, he probably would be just too stubborn and too hard-headed to listen. He probably would think they hating or something like that, because nowadays you cannot tell anybody anything. Any sort of constructive criticism is hate, even if it's for their best interest. You just like, listen, this ain't it. Ooh, you just hating on me. You don't want to see me shine. You trying to block my shine. You know how people do. We all know somebody like that. I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here though, y'all. I'll holler at y'all soon. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Peace.